Welcome to another mod update. I've installed 6 mods recently. 5 of them are by somebody called Chill, and a 6th one is called Incigar's Quiet Engines. We'll cover that one first. Quiet Engines basically reduces the volume of engines by 50%. It also reduces the extra loud hissing sound that happens when you're boosting in your spacesuit. I've noticed that's gone. And that's really good for somebody like me who's recording for video because you want the extra loud ambient noises to be quieter in order for your voice to come through more clearly. As far as Chill's mods go, I've already covered Go Fix Your Face in the previous video. The other mods are called Chill Turrets, Privacy Please, Headhunter, Roaming Fleet, and Emergency Jump, and we'll cover these now. Chill Turrets makes your turrets smarter. And what I mean by that is it allows you to set up your turrets in such a way where they will prioritize certain kinds of targets until there's none of that kind of target, and then they'll prioritize a different kind of target. To get these set up, you have to set your large turrets to attack capitals, and you have to set your medium turrets up to missile defense. If you don't, they will act normal. So this mod specifically will control turret targeting when you set them up like this. What does that do? Medium turrets, which are basically your small turrets on your capital ships, will automatically progress targets with the following priority: missiles, fighters, any other enemy. That means that when there's all kinds of stuff coming at you, the medium turrets will shoot at missiles first if there are missiles in the area. If there's no missiles in the area, they will shoot fighters. If there's no fighters in the area, they will shoot at capital ships, which is fantastic because ordinarily, if you tell your medium turrets to attack fighters, they will completely ignore capital ships, even when there's no fighters in the area. They just won't shoot. Why would you have them not shoot? They just sit dormant when they could be adding to the damage that's going against your capital ship. Same thing goes for large turrets. In this case, large turrets will prioritize enemy capital large turrets first, which is really, really good. That's the large turrets in particular. The turrets that are the highest threat to your capital ship will be the primary targets of your large turrets. So if you're attacking an enemy destroyer or an enemy battleship, it's going to be trying to take out those turrets first, the large ones, the ones that really hurt. After that, it's going to try and take out the capital engines. That's important because you want your target to stop moving, right? So capital engines are the next target after the turrets are gone. So the turrets are still there. It's going to keep firing at the turrets. Once the turrets are gone, it's going to switch to targeting your target's engines. That will make him stop moving. Other capital subsystems, that would be shields. But any damage that's done to these subsystems will also cause general hull damage to the capital ship, as far as I know. Finally, the hull itself. So when everything else is destroyed on the capital ship that you're shooting at, it will just shoot at the hull. And that's the last priority. Now, there's also a mod option to have your large turret take potshots at fighters and medium ships. This isn't on by default, but if you check it, what that does basically is when there's nothing else to shoot at, your large turrets will aim at and take pot shots at small craft. The philosophy of that is that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, so you might as well shoot. This is a great mod. It makes your turrets much, much more intelligent and much more effective when you're trying to fight enemy ships. I do not know if it makes enemy turrets more intelligent when fighting you. I suspect it does, but I don't know for sure. And the reason I suspect it does is because I've had my turrets just decimated a couple of times when fighting other ships. So it might not be true. It might just have been coincidence. I don't know. But I do know for sure that this works. And you will see it in some videos very soon. The mod Privacy Please is pretty simple. Disables the in-ship NPC view during live stream viewing. You ever notice that when you go to live stream viewing, that it spends half its time with a camera in the bridge looking at the pilot doing his thing? I mean, that's cool, and it might be something that you want if you're, doing a stream, or if you're just chilling and watching your various ships and the pilots doing their jobs. That's all nice. But with this mod installed, it's only going to be giving you external views of the ships during live stream. Next mod is Emergency Jump. What does that mean? Damaged ships will attempt to emergency jump away from danger. It's not automatically enabled. So I haven't enabled it yet, but I might. I figured I'd install this because it sounds like it might be cool. I don't want it to be cheaty, so I'm still a little sketchy on this one, but it feels like it could be good. And there's a couple of balancing factors involved. So let's just take a look. Open comms with an individual ship to enable emergency jump drive, or open comms with a fleet commander to enable for all ships in their fleet at once. So what you do basically is you calm the captain and you enable emergency jump drive. Then, when they're under attack, it will attempt to jump. Only medium, large, and extra large ships have jump drives. Small boys are SOL. So that's fair. That's fair. When hull reaches 25%, which sounds like a setting, the jump drive takes 5 seconds to spool and fire before jumping. This means capital ships will be relatively safe and medium ships under heavy fire are probably toast. All right, that's another balancing factor. So that means your ships don't just magically poof away as soon as they take too much damage, and that's good. There's a 5-minute recharge before another emergency jump can occur. That's also good. That's a nice balancing feature, which means that if you're in serious trouble and they jump, and then you're still in serious trouble, well, too bad. Since it's an emergency jump, plotting isn't exactly accurate. Emergency jump points are random. Sometimes you might be unlucky and jump to a worse spot. Yeah, I can imagine that happening. Jumps are within the same system only. I wonder if that means system as in like Sol is one system. So might you jump from the asteroid belt and end up in Pluto? I have no idea. Maybe he meant to say sector. Maybe he means system. I don't know. After a successful jump, the ship will automatically repair at the closest available option if possible before returning to orders. I do like this because that means that if your capital ships are taking a real beating and they can successfully jump away and they get lucky enough to be in a better position after they jump, they're going to scoot over to a repair place and get repaired and then resume their orders after that. That massively reduces micromanagement when it comes to fleet commands. Adding a subordinate to a fleet or a ship that has emergency jump drive enabled will automatically enable it for that subordinate. Okay, so that's always good because you don't want to have to keep enabling it for the subordinates. Good. It sounds like a nice mod, but I haven't tried it yet. Next mod is Roaming Fleet. Here's another one I have not tried yet, but it sounds very cool. This gives your fleets something to do when you're busy doing other things, because a lot of times your fleets are just sitting around, right? And they're essentially sitting waiting for you to find a good use for them. Well, roaming fleets puts them to use, and what they'll do is fly around and find something to shoot at. Let's do a little reading. The underlying aim for this mod is to make combat a break-even or credit-generating activity instead of a money pit. That's good. It works like a long-range, faster patrol. The thematic idea is EVE Online like roaming fleets. Now, I've played a lot of EVE Online, but I don't remember roaming fleets. I think, oh, you know what? I know what he's talking about. Because I was part of a group of people who would get together and do a roam. So what that means is you all get in like bombers or something and you fleet up and you all get on comms and you're flying with your buddies and you're just running around looking for trouble. And if you find it, you all shoot at it, take it out, and then keep roaming. You're just looking for trouble. You're looking for things that you need to shoot at, your enemies, gate camps, anything that happens to be sitting around needing to get blown up. You're looking for that. So that's the essential philosophy behind this mod, is that it turns your X4 fleets into EVE Online like roaming fleets, which is really, really neat. The logbook entries can be spammy, but also serve as a quasi-log to understand why your fleet may not be engaging. This can be disabled. That's good. So you set your home and destination sector, start and finish, and the fleet will travel that direction hunting on the way using non-cheaty methods. That's great. So they see something, they divert, they attack, and then they keep going to their destination sector. So you give them a general order to fly from here to here, and it's several sectors away, and they're just going to go looking for trouble all the way there. That's fantastic. By default, the commander makes use of player faction intelligence, meaning satellites and other player faction ships in the sector to help find valid targets. No ESP. That's excellent. Fleet commander ships will scoop any loot after a battle. That's really nice. That's very, very nice. Optionally, they will deposit it at the player headquarters on return home trip from camping. I wouldn't call it camping. It's a roaming fleet, not a camping fleet. I don't know why he said that. Commanders will prefer to engage similar-sized ships to themselves first. Kills while on a roam award a bounty credit. Very nice. Killing an enemy of the sector owner rewards reputation with that owning faction. So if you're traveling through Argon space and they kill an enemy of the Argon, then your reputation with the Argon will go up. I guess that doesn't normally happen with your NPC ships. Makes sense for helping to keep their sector clear of baddies. Now, I happen to know that there's also an option to clean up laser towers after a fight, which is probably a good idea because you don't want to litter laser towers everywhere and you don't want to run out of laser towers in your ship. But apparently it uses laser towers. Set bounty rewards for all player ships or those with roaming fleet orders. Disallow engagements when enemy is close to a station, helping to prevent aggroing. Okay. Oh, I see. So like a lot of times your friendly fire will accidentally upset stations if you're having a fight near a station. So you can disallow the engagements near other stations. That's good. Laser Tower Sweeper. Oh, that's what I was talking about before. Laser Tower Sweeper cleans up enemy laser towers after a battle. Customize the bounty reward multiplier to taste. So that's nice. Looks fantastic. Let's use it. And finally, my favorite is the new Headhunter mod. This is something I didn't expect to enjoy, but it's very, very cool. The idea behind Headhunter is that when random ships kill other ships, there will be a bounty placed on the ship that did the killing that will be awarded by the faction of the victim. So, for example, you have a Xenon P that kills an Argon fighter. A small bounty will be placed on the P. And if you or anyone else kills that P, you will get a bounty paid by the Argon Federation. It's as simple as that. So you'll be able to see little markers on the screen where it shows the bounty of the ships. And this is fantastic. Now, I had this going for several episodes and didn't even notice the little bounty markers next to the ships. It's really tiny. But if you know it's there, you see it really easy. But if you don't know what to look for, you're not even going to see it. What this does is it really incentivizes looking for rewards by collecting bounties. It's something that X4 has never really had. Let's do a little reading. Headhunter is a spinoff of the bounty kill credit function in my roaming fleet mod, which we just talked about. This mod can be used alongside roaming fleet, which we do. Headhunter bounty function will automatically take precedence. Leaving it that would have been too easy, so I took it a few steps further. This can be used as an alternative to something like Better Kill Credit, which reportedly doesn't seem to be working anymore in 6.0, which is true. And so I have uninstalled Better Kill Credit because it doesn't work anymore. Headhunter has three main features. 1. General bounties. Killing ships will reward you with a small bounty credit paid by those that want them dead in the universe. If you destroy a ship that is the enemy of the sector you are in, you will also be rewarded a small reputation bonus with that faction for keeping their space clean of baddies. 2. Wanted bounties. This is where it gets really interesting. When faction ships are destroyed, the owning faction may put a bounty directly on the killer. This is where the real money is. Ships will rank up bounties and can become quite lucrative and probably dangerous to go after. This also comes with a larger reputation increase for the faction that posted the wanted bounty. In my current situation, I've got a bunch of Xenon that were attacking Terrans, and I saw a Xenon V rack up 4 million credit bounty payable by the Terrans. And that's amazing because if I just kill the V, I get 4 million credits, just like that. Paid by the Terrans. It's awesome. Headhunters. Now, this is the reverse, where you can get a bounty on yourself. Maybe you like to kill faction ships too. They still don't like that and may put a bounty on your ships as well. This will attract bounty hunters coming for your head. It would have been easy to spawn bounty hunters in your face like a common cock and call it a jump drive, but that's boring. Headhunters will travel and actually search for your ships so they can be juked or hidden from, no cheating. They also won't disclose their true ship transponder code until they find you. This is fantastic. It adds a risk element, a danger element to X4 that didn't exist before. Like if you are killing faction ships, like let's just say that I'm attacking Paranid, to capture their battleships. Well, it's probably likely that I'll get a bounty on my head, for the Asgard that I use to capture a Paranid Demos, for example. In that case, a bounty hunter will be assigned to come and try and kill the ship that I use in the pirating. And I won't know about it until they find me. And then I will know about it, and then we'll have a fight. It's pretty cool. So those are the mods that I've installed. They're pretty neat. I think they're excellent mods to add to your collection. I have added all of these mods to the description of episode 1 in the VRO playlist. So go check it out. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.